Tumeambiwa sijui nini, kila saa mtu akishindwa njia ya kufanya kitu yake, sijui serikali iliyopita. Sasa kesho yake mtasema hata watoto wakikataa ama mama akikataa kuzaa, unajua Uhuru.
Ladies and gentlemen, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta must come out. Before 2027, he must come out and participate in the Kenyan politics. Now, if you remember back in 2022, before actually the 2022 general elections, William Ruto and Gachagua and the other team members managed to 90% be able to control Uhuru Kenyatta not to be actively involved in the Kenyan politics. If they could have allowed him to actually get on top of the car, go to Mount Kenya, move around like he's campaigning for Raila Amolo Odinga, things could have changed. Uhuru Kenyatta tried to behave a gentleman, tried to behave a president. So whenever he went, even he was actually not able to speak on some of the flaws of President William Ruto. He could not seriously campaign for Raila Amolo Odinga. He could not even castigate William Ruto's governance and type of leadership that he's going to bring to us. Things were not so clear because they were trying to tame him so that he does not come out and go on top of the car. But if Uhuru gets there, he's a dangerous man. I know even Gachagua knows that you cannot beat Uhuru Kenyatta when it comes to holding the mic on top of a car, speaking to the people, especially of Mount Kenya. So therefore, this time around, Uhuru must come out. And on this video here today, I want to take you through, ladies and gentlemen, on the reasons as to why I feel that Uhuru must come out come 2027. But before I take you through, please, if this is the first time you're watching my videos, kindly make sure that you subscribe, like, and comment, because that is the best support you can always give this channel. Please, let me give you 2 seconds to subscribe. Thank you so much for those who have subscribed. Please keep following. And after watching, let me see your comment in the comment section, because that's how I get to learn and actually gain more confidence to do these videos here. Thank you so much. Let me dive into the topic today. Why do I feel that Uhuru Kenyatta should come out and campaign and be actively involved in the Kenyan politics? Number one, he's a Kenyan. Just like any other person, we also want better leadership in this country. And when I listened to him speak today, I felt like Uhuru wants leaders who are not selfish.
That is why we are saying we want leaders of integrity, who will go and stand for what their people have sent them to parliament to do. You were sent to parliament to go and speak on behalf of your people, not to speak on behalf of your stomach, my friend.
And perhaps he was not. So therefore, we need him to come out and help us identify that leader who is not selfish. And if Kenyans identify a certain leader, for instance, if it's Maraga, Matiang'i, we get this person being campaigned for by even Uhuru Kenyatta himself. So by being a Kenyan, we feel that it is strong enough, it is ideal for him to come out and participate in the active politics. Number two, he's a leader just like any other. Being a leader, you cannot just allow your reputation to be ruined by bad governance. As we speak today, the beautiful Mau roads that were being constructed, the roads that are done across the country, the projects that were already set by Uhuru Kenyatta, some of them have stalled to an extent that people have forgotten Uhuru Kenyatta ever did something like that before. Even the vision that was bold, but that he was bearing at that time, the idea that he had in mind, it is no longer now existing because most of those projects have stalled. To give just an example, there were houses that Morara Kebaso exposed in Machakos, which were finished, completed. It's only maybe ensuring that there's some few amenities that were supposed to be there, like now water and stuff. But the houses were not done, were not completed because of that. They just needed some painting, slight renovation, and then they are given to Kenyans. But now William Ruto left them, and just besides those houses, he came up with his own affordable housing. Wastage of public funds, wastage of resources. So as a result, you realize that people did not realize the Uhuru's idea for the people of Machakos. So such kind of things, if they're not well handled by a leader like him, come out and show us a leader who can be able to go and look at those projects. Therefore, as a country, we're going to sing and his reputation is going to go down immensely. So Uhuru Kenyatta should participate because he's a leader of this country. To give just an example, if you go to places like the US, Barack Obama participated in all the elections. That one for Biden and this one again for Kamala Harris. He campaigned seriously. He was a former president. Nobody castigated him. Despite being defeated by Trump, the fact is that he participated in the Kenyan politics. But in Kenya here, they're waiting for Uhuru Kenyatta to just step out of the car, hold the mic. They start telling him, Uhuru Kenyatta, go rest. You are former president, be a statesperson, be like Kibaki, be like this and so and so. So the fact is that the politicians are getting towards that, but Uhuru Kenyatta has all right to get on top of the car and campaign for a better leader that Kenyans might have chosen. Apart from just campaigning, Uhuru Kenyatta should even fund a good leader so that we can have the Kenyan dream being realized. Okay? That is very critical. Now, another reason I feel that Uhuru Kenyatta should come on board is the fact that there are some problems that we experience as a country today, which to some extent are borrowed from his time, his regime. Because we find like the loans that we have, despite that William Ruto is spending money here and there carelessly, the fact is that the loans can be paid, but the fact is also a lot of money was borrowed during Uhuru Kenyatta's time. If it is part of fixing the problem, because if William Ruto continues the way he is, they will keep blaming Uhuru Kenyatta for the loans that he borrowed. They will keep blaming him. They will even not talk about the roads that he did, not even the infrastructure that improved. They will talk about the loans that he borrowed that put Kenya as we speak today in trouble. If you listen to Cherargei, he is accusing Uhuru Kenyatta of the loans. So Uhuru Kenyatta needs to give us a leader who comes on board to at least be able to put Kenya in such an angle that we are able to service our loans and be able so to sustain ourselves as a country. And the leader can do that if he's not selfish and greedy. But the kind of leadership that we have right now, people only want money in cash. They don't want to see development projects. They just want money in cash to go and donate in churches, 100 million and plus. So therefore, that is why we're asking that Uhuru Kenyatta must come on board, bring us a leader who can be able also to be able to pay the loans, and at least we can see Kenya heading to the right trajectory. That's very critical, very important for a Kenyan person. That's why we are saying that Uhuru Kenyatta must come out and participate in the local politics. He must. There's no option about this. Haiki kila kitu kanda kunje shati aingie juu ya Land Cruiser apige campaign. That is very critical. That's very critical because they will always keep blaming him for the problems that we're experiencing as a country. Another thing I want to talk about is the vision. Uhuru Kenyatta seemed to have the vision of Kibaki of 2030 in his mind. Because first thing that he came, he did all the roads, that, especially the bypasses that were in Nairobi, which were designed during Kibaki's time. That was towards Vision 2030. We are now a few years to 2030 and we are not even halfway. We have the Konza city that is now under construction right now. But still, it is yet to be where it should be by now. Uhuru seemed to have that idea in mind. If you see the electricity connection in the country, it was quite immense during Uhuru Kenyatta's time. If you see the kind of dams that were built, especially in central Kenya, there are so many. So if you can see even the Tuake Dam, eco. So the fact remains that if Uhuru Kenyatta's vision is carried forward from Kibaki, and then now a leader comes and carries it forward from Uhuru Kenyatta and then now brings it now in 2027, probably the 2030 vision might be achieved to some extent. Even if we hit 50%, Kenya will be a better country. Another reason why I feel that Uhuru Kenyatta should come out, it is the fact that Kenyans wish that Uhuru Kenyatta comes on board. Whenever Uhuru Kenyatta holds a mic, especially in central Kenya, people start cheering. People listen. People enjoy his conversation because they expect him to say something against President William Ruto. So he needs to come out according to our wishes so that he participates in the elections, in the campaigns, and even in the elections. It's important so that we can have people having reasons to wake up and vote. So therefore, Kenyan wish Uhuru Kenyatta to participate. So Uhuru Kenyatta must get this. Let this reach him. Lastly, there is no being a gentleman in the Kenyan politics. He became a gentleman back in 2022, but we all saw what happened when William Ruto took power. He was actually attacked, his sons, you saw how his Northland farm was affected, and all over. So there's no gentlemanship here. He needs to come out and face the Kenyan politicians with their brutality. I don't know what's your take, but I think having William Ruto in power, we need Uhuru Kenyatta as well. My name is Abel Mokwa. See you next time for more videos. Let me see your opinion in the comment section whether Uhuru Kenyatta should participate or not. My name is Abel Mokwa once again. Thank you so much for watching. Please comment.